I want to pose a hypothetical to you guys, and it's just some food for thought that I want you to think about before we go into the video. So, we have two copies of the exact same person, right? Both of them are in high school, so we'll do one at a time. So, the first person is in high school. He's a big nerd. He spends a lot of time on the computer, and he's told by his parents and his friends that he should go into computer programming, coding, because you can make a good living doing that. They tell him that you can make a decent wage and you can like be on the computer and do your computer thing. So he listens to his parents and his friends. And halfway into college, while he's taking his computer science degree, he realizes that coding isn't his passion, right? Like, he can't really see himself doing coding for the next 25 years. So, but he's already went through high school the entire time wanting to do coding. He's in college right now wanting to code. And he thinks, I've spent so much time working towards this goal. Why would I stop now when I'm so close to success? So he gets his computer science degree and he puts his application out there. Every computer science job wants 2 or 3 years of experience now. So he has to apply and apply and apply and get rejected and rejected and rejected. All the meantime, working towards a career that he knows is not his passion. And he gets the career eventually. He makes a good amount of money. He eventually, has a wife, has kids. But he's locked into that career forever because of his own mindset, knowing that it's not what he wants to do. He's not happy when he goes into work every day. Over a couple of years, he gets bored of what he's doing, and he's just waiting for the day when he turns 60 and can retire and finally enjoy his life. If the stock market doesn't crash and his 401k doesn't get fucked up, or something with the economy happens, and any number of things could happen, and his plan could just go down the drain. Now we'll take the second man, who's also in high school, who follows a little bit different of a path. He is a gamer. He thinks he wants to go into computer science and programming because that's what his friends told him he can make a good living doing, and his parents said that he can make a good living doing that. In college, he realizes that it's not what he wants to do. Instead of man number one, man number two makes a decision, and he takes a risk. And he says to himself, I can't see myself doing this for the rest of my life. All to retire at 60? And live out the rest of my life, enjoying my life when I'm 60 years old? He decides to get a degree, but not in computer science. He just gets a general degree. 2-year. He gets a job that he might not really have a passion for at first. He gets like a job with just any ordinary company. But in the meantime, while he's working that job with that company, since he knows he's not going to be there forever, he does his research. He sits down in his free time and thinks to himself, what really drives him? What is his passion? And he goes on YouTube and he looks up self-help videos. He gives up all of the gaming and like things that are kind of holding him back in life. He makes sacrifices. And because of that, and because he fills his time with these things he's researching, he strives every day to be a better man and to be more competitive and more dominating in everything he does. Which man do you think is going to end up more successful? So in today's video, I am going to take you through the things that I would tell that man who is actively trying to improve himself, who wants to place himself ahead of others, who are, just going into these careers and just kind of throwing their lives away to a 9-to-5 that they have no passion for, that kills their soul. Every day they walk in, they trade their time for a paycheck. And they don't do the research for themselves. They don't find what they're passionate for. They just are there for a paycheck and they're content with that, and they're not really content with that, but they tell themselves that. And they just kill their soul every day for money. So, to the man that's watching this video, that knows that he's not going to be there forever, that wants to change his life through restructuring their habits, the first thing I would tell that man, sorry, I got a notification right in the middle of the video. So the first thing I would tell that man is that he needs to redefine what consistency is, right? So what you might think is consistency, and what I thought for a good amount of time, like if I was doing a good habit, right? Like if I was journaling every day, or I was meditating at one point, right? And I could meditate for 3 days in a row for like 15 minutes each. And when I would get off of it, like one day I would forget to meditate, or I'd be too busy. I would kind of just think to myself like, oh, well, now I'm back to 0 days of meditation. So what's the point? And I wouldn't actually start meditating again until maybe 2 or 3 months later, when I'm like, oh, maybe I should start meditating again. So what I want to take away from that is, when you're consistent in something, it doesn't mean that you're doing it every day or that you have to do it every day. So let's take the gym, for example. I've been training now in the gym for over 11 years. Or I won't say in the gym, but I've been training my body, whether that means in a basement gym, in a Planet Fitness, or in a more free weight bodybuilding type gym. The accumulation of my training has been over 11 years. There are days I don't go to the gym. There are stretches of 3 or 4 days I might not go to the gym if I'm feeling really lazy. That hasn't happened in a while, but it happens. It happens to everybody. When you're building a physique that demands respect, and that is aesthetically pleasing and is strong, if you train 6 days out of the week, or whatever your split is, whatever you're going for, if that's 4 days a week, if that's 3 days a week, if that's 6 days a week, you still go. If you're going consistently for 6 days in a week, if you miss a day and you've built that physique, I don't think anybody in the gym would look at you and tell you that you're on day 0 now, right? Because you've built that physique over time. So that your physique tells you that for every 30 days you've been in the gym for 25 of them, that's pretty good. It doesn't mean that you're on day 0 if you skip a day. You're still consistent. And the best thing to do if you do miss a day is just don't miss more. Just come back to it. And that doesn't mean you have to come back twice as hard. That doesn't mean you have to do double the work. Just go back and stay consistent. So the second thing I want to move on to, after we covered consistency, and you kind of have to redefine what consistency is in your mind, Like for me, I have been gratitude journaling for the past couple weeks now, and I've missed a day in there. I don't start over. I don't rip all the pages out of the journal and say, well, I'm done. I missed a day. I can't make a video now on journaling for 2 weeks. No, I just write down the next date that I'm in there and just count that as the next day. So whether it's all of this kind of research culminates into your work tasks versus your distractions. So work tasks being you're working on your business. For me, recording, uploading YouTube videos, looking at my website, editing my website, and texting clients, working with them. It could be going to the gym, which I just used as an example, versus the distractions, which is, video games, scrolling on your phone, porn, whatever it may be that kind of takes you away from those productive tasks and makes you more lethargic, more, just lounging around, not being productive. So what I would tell that man that really wants to succeed and dominate in life is you need to make it easier to start whatever work task you're doing instead of making it easier to do that bad habit that you're doing. So just to give you an example of that, let's say you are really inconsistent going to the gym. I'm going to keep using the gym as an example. You wake up in the morning, you're too tired to go to the gym, like your bed just feels so warm, like you don't want to get up and go to the gym before work. It's just, there's too much to do. Like you're thinking of the workout you have to do and you're thinking of how long it's going to take, and the way that your body feels in that bed, you're just kind of telling yourself, you ain't got it. You ain't got it, Chief. You're done for the day. We're going to skip today. We'll go twice as hard tomorrow. No. Start implementing things that you can do to make it easier to get to that gym. So you don't have to sit in bed and think about, well, I have squats today, and then I have to do leg extensions, and then I have to do deadlifts, and you don't have to be listing all these exercises that you're doing, right? Because you're lying in bed, you're comfortable, and you're gonna start barraging your brain with all these walls that you have to cross. So you're unmotivated at that point, and you're obviously just gonna sit there and skip. So make it easier for yourself. Lay out your gym clothes the night before. That's one example. You don't have to get up and go through your dresser trying to decide what you want to wear. It's already out. Have a workout plan made. So don't just do push day. Oh, I gotta go into the gym. I gotta see what machine I feel like doing for the day. Oh, am I gonna do dumbbell press? Am I gonna do free weight? Am I gonna do barbell bench press? Am I gonna do whatever exercise it might be? Make yourself a training plan, or if you want to make it easier for yourself and you want to go on my website that's in the description, I can make you a training plan specifically catered to you. I also have my own training plan on my website that you can buy if you just want to follow along with whatever I'm doing. So you can get yourself my training program, have me make you a program, and you already have what you're doing that day in the gym, or you can make your own. So what I like to do is I'll pull up my phone and I'll put in my phone notes the split that I'm doing for that day. So I know the exact exercises in the exact order and the exact weight that I'm doing for that day. So I have it made already. So I know where I'm going. The workouts are quicker. I'm just going exercise to exercise. Boom, boom, boom. So And let's say you're lethargic when you get up, right? Like you don't want to, you get up, you're lethargic, you're warm in your bed, and you start scrolling on your phone, right? You start scrolling on Instagram, on Facebook, or TikTok, or whatever you use. And you look at the time on your phone and it's been an hour, and now you have an hour or less of time to go to the gym before you go to work, or go to the gym after work. If you went to work and you get home, you want to lay down for a minute and you're scrolling, you just lose out on so much time. So what I would tell you to do, if you know that you're going to grab your phone in the morning, you're going to stay laying in your bed and you're going to scroll for an hour or two, place your phone, make your alarm louder, and place your phone somewhere where you can't reach it from your bed. So when it's ringing in the morning, it's going to wake you up, and it will keep you up until you get out of bed and fetch your phone. And by that time, you're already up. Your clothes are right there to go to the gym. You already have the training plan in your phone that you're going to use. You might as well just go at that point. And you don't have to think of the entire training program while you're on your way to the gym. Like, you can think of it in steps, right? So if you really don't feel like going to the gym, you think about getting in your car. You get in the car. You think about, well, I just need to drive to the gym. So you drive to the gym. Well, I'm not really feeling that great for a workout, but I'll go in and I'll do the first couple exercises, right? On a lower weight. You go in. You start the first exercise and you put the weight down. By the first or second set, you're like, I can do more. I'm fine. I can do a little bit more. So you put on a little bit more to the bar. After that, you go to your second exercise. Well, on my second exercise, I might as well just do this one at whatever weight I'm doing too. And then by the second exercise, you're like, well, I'm already here. I've already done a couple of the exercises, so I might as well just do the rest of it. And then you've done your workout for the day. So always make it easier to start the task. And you don't have to think about everything you have to do for the task beforehand. Just take it one step at a time. No matter how small that step is, it will help you towards that overarching goal of completing that work task. Whether it be going to the gym, which I used as an example, working on your business for the day, recording that video, uploading that video, whatever you're using it for to work towards that passion that you've discovered for yourself. And my third piece of advice I would say is to not do too much at once. And I'm going to use fitness as an example once more because I have a personal, experience with it, not with myself, but with people that I've talked to on it. So I've had a couple friends of mine that they know I'm a personal trainer. They know I've been training for so long, and they know the results that I have been able to provide for myself and the transformation that I went through, both in my physique and in my business, creating my website and my social media and my YouTube channel. And they get hype. They want to go into the gym and they want to have these transformations for themselves, right? A couple of my friends have. And they get so excited and so motivated that they make a program, or they have me help them make a program. Then they download a calorie tracking app, and they want to do both at the same time. And these are people that had done 0 of these things before. So they want a full program. They want to go 6 days a week. They want to track every calorie that they're putting into their body. And they want to do it all right away. And they'll keep it up for a month, and then they'll stop. With me, It was gradual. I didn't start tracking my calories right away. Matt, in fact, I didn't start tracking my calories until a couple years in. Um, I was just training in my basement. I went to Planet Fitness. I had a job there briefly, or for about like about 2 years, 2.5 years. I had a free gym membership there. It was sometime during that I actually started tracking my calories, but I had already been training and was used to working out for 6 days a week at that point. So I was already used to that. It was nothing for me to tack on tracking my calories. So certain people, like if you're a fucking unit, you can make yourself a training program. You can go 6 days a week. You can track your calories just at one time, and you can get it all done, and you can get amazing results. I've seen that happen. You also might be the kind of person that gets overwhelmed by that, and how much like work daily that you have to put in for that, and like you have to track everything, and it just gets to be too much. So focus on one thing at a time. Whether it's in your business or in your fitness plans, don't try to do too much at once, because then you risk the burnout. It's kind of a game of knowing yourself. So if you know that you're the kind of person that can do it, then do it. But if you're not sure, or if you feel that it's becoming tedious, drop one of those things. So if you're trying to gain weight and gain muscle, right? And you're trying to track your calories every day, and you got to track a lot of food. And it's getting overwhelming. Focus on just getting to the gym for as many days a week as you are allowed, with reasonable rest, and just eat more. Usually I wouldn't tell you to intuitively eat, because I think it's a waste of time. I have an entire video on that. But if you're just getting into training and you need to build the consistency in that first, then do that instead of adding on all these tasks and getting overwhelmed. So if you do those three things consistently, like the first step says about consistency, you will be way ahead of the game when you put that into your passion and you build that business you've wanted to build, or you build that YouTube channel that you've always wanted to build, and your life will be changed forever. And even at the least, you're doing something that you can be proud of for yourself. So I'm not making $1 million putting this video on YouTube right now. I'm doing it because it's something that I enjoy doing, and I love telling you guys my stories and my experiences and what I've been through, and kind of using that as a teaching lesson for the young men out there to hopefully build a stronger generation of men. So I'm kind of just, I love that. I love using my experiences to better other people. And my website is full of that. I love helping people with their fitness. I love helping people keep themselves accountable for their habits. Speaking of which, if you have decided that, my free advice on my YouTube channel has helped you a lot, if you want to work with me personally, one-on-one, whether that be your fitness journey, whether that be if you're feeling unmotivated, if you're feeling stuck in life, if you just can't shake these bad habits that you've been wanting to cast away, and you want to kind of reinvent yourself and give yourself a new identity and have people look at you a different way, I've just recently added my habit restructuring coaching on my website. So I encourage you to take advantage of that. I encourage you to take advantage of my personal training. Even if you wanted to do a one-time consultation, I have those on there, where you pay for a one-time session with me, where I will make you a program and I will give you nutritional advice that will help you and then you just kind of go off on your own and do your own thing. So, like I said, if you feel like my free advice has helped and you want to work with me personally, I'll have my links in the bio. You can also reach out to me on Instagram as well if you have any questions or concerns. My email is also on my website. But I hope this video helps you as much as these tips have helped me, and you have it in you to be great. Goodbye.